Hi, this is my May book haul featuring Marion's Feet. First off, I have 3 books that I bought the day after the Paper vs. Pixels challenge ended and I was finally able to buy physical books again. I went to Daunt Books and I bought 3 books that were all blue. First, I bought Alexander's Bridge by Willa Cather, which is about a very successful architect who is happily married, etc, and then he runs into an old love and things start getting messed up. This book is called Early Levy. I basically picked it up because I loved what was going on this cover. So it is Deborah Levy and there are 2 stories. One is called Beautiful Mutants and the other one is called Swallowing Geography. It is this kind of like pinkish color on the inside and there's a photograph of her on the back. And I picked this up because I wanted something that I had never heard of before, so this one is going to be a surprise. And then finally, the Pelican books are back. This is non-fiction. It's called The Domesticated Brain by Bruce Hood and it is about how people function in society together. On the back it has 3 questions and it says, why do we care what others think? What keeps us bound together? And how does the brain shape our behavior? Then I got some books for a review. First of all, there are 2 books from Walker. The first one is called The Jewel and on the cover it says, today's my last day as Violet Lasting. Tomorrow I become lot 197. Now this kind of reminds me of Wither by Lauren DeStefano, which I didn't really enjoy, but some people that I know have been reading The Jewel and are really enjoying it. It's kind of influenced by The Handmaid's Tale, so I'm gonna give it a go. And this is YA, by the way. And then also from Walker we have The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, which is about a girl who has wings. I know that Rosianna has read and reviewed this. I'll put her review in the description and I know she really liked it, so I'm looking forward to reading this. And then finally by Random House we have Nick Harkaway's Tigerman, which is about a retired sergeant who becomes friends with a young boy who's obsessed with video games and it is about their relationship together. The cover has really nice texture to it and if you look very carefully you can see that it's a tiger, a man, and a boy. Then I went to the Netherlands and I bought some of my favorite childhood books, which are all very expensive and only exist in hardback and were like published in the 80s and 90s. So first off we have Hasse Simonsdochter by Thea Beckman, who is one of my favorite authors. I've talked about her before. And this basically translates to Hasse Simon's daughter. It's about a 15-year-old girl. I think her father wants her to marry this older guy, but instead she saves a young man who is about to be hanged. There's this rule in the city that if you promise to marry someone who's been convicted, you can save them from the gallows. So that's what she does and they run off together and they become part of a group of mercenaries, as you can see on the cover. And then we have something that I've been really looking forward to. It is a book by Evert Hartman and it's called Niemand houdt mij tegen, which translates to No One Can Stop Me, an adventure in the 22nd century. It takes place in 2136. There is a map on the inside of the Netherlands and you can see that half of the Netherlands has been flooded. The part where I used to live in the Netherlands is definitely gone. This is one of the very first dystopian / apocalyptic books I ever read. I remember it just kind of blew my mind. It's about a boy who is friends with a clone and they live in cities that are kind of half underground. There are 2 girls from Belgium who are trying to flee the country and this boy tries to help them out. Basically I just want to see what I think of it now that I've read so many dystopian and apocalyptic books. It was written in 1991, so I'm just curious to see how this holds up now. And then finally I might have bought some John Wyndham books. There are 4. I watched a bookshelf tour by Jean's Thoughts, who I'll put in the description. She loves John Wyndham as well and she has quite a few of these editions. I already have The Day of the Triffids and The Chrysalids and I both really enjoyed those books, so I wanted to give the other ones a go. The first one is the Midwich Cuckoos, which is about a weird silver object that appears in a village, knocks everyone unconscious, and when they wake up all the women are pregnant. Then we have Chocky, also by John Wyndham, but a boy who has an imaginary friend and then suddenly things start to get weird. Then we have The Trouble with Lichen, which is about 2 scientists who are doing research on lichen and they discover that it either slows down the aging process or it completely stops it, and that creates all kinds of issues. And then finally we have The Kraken Wakes, which, as you might have guessed, is about a sea monster. Ships are disappearing into the ocean and then other ships come out and start taking away people. I think this one was the one that was highest on my wish list. And that was it. I'd say it's a pretty good month. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the description and I will see you guys later. Doei!